What's that? Good evening, everybody. Before we get our men's quarterfinal underway, we at Tennis Australia would like to congratulate Dylan Alcott on being named Australian of the Year and also awarded an Officer of the Order. Let's take a look at Dylan's last 24 hours.
Let's go.
Marking. AO22, Dylan Alcott, Australian of the Year.
Games the match over. So Dylan Alcott gets the chance to fight for one more. An eighth. He's through to the final.
I was like, just getting my suit on going, oh my God. Like Daniil Medvedev, this guy's like, what are you doing? Putting suit on, I'm like, I've got to go to Canberra. I'm Drake. It's so big. It's ridiculous. Holy fuck, look how fast you go. That was like, ooh. Look at this. No more virgin. Look at it. Look how quick we're going. I literally, off court, an hour of media, almost passed out, ate, massage, plane, suit, here.
2022 Australian of the Year is Dylan Alcott.
I love my disability. It is the best thing that ever happened to me. The reason I've been able to have cut through is because I realised once I started becoming proud of my disability, everybody around me became proud of it too. The trick is, I don't try and be anybody else but me. My purpose isn't to win tennis tournaments, it's to change perception so people with disability can live the lives they deserve to live. And we need greater representation absolutely everywhere. In our governments, in our parliaments, on our sporting fields, schools, mainstream schools, hospitals, dating apps, everywhere. To do that, we've got to support people with disability. We've got to get them the funding they need, the healthcare they need, and the jobs they need. My purpose is changing perceptions so people with disability, people like me, can get out there and live the lives that they deserve to live. It was my purpose yesterday, it's my purpose today, and it will be my purpose as your Australian of the Year for the next 12 months and beyond. And I really hope I make every single one of you proud. Thanks very much.
Would you please join me in congratulating 2022 Australian of the Year, Dylan Alcott, AO. And for those who are able, please be upstanding for the Australian National Anthem to be performed by Rob Mills.
Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains and let us sing, advance Australia fair.
One more time, please thank Robert Mills. Australian tennis acknowledges the historical significance and deep spiritual connection our First Peoples have to this land. We recognise that this always was and always will be Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander lands. We pay our respects to elders and to all First Nations people who are the world's longest continuous living culture. Moving to everybody, and welcome to Rod Laver Arena for our evening session on day 10. This is going to be a tremendous night of tennis. We've seen some great tennis already here today. Daniil from the USA defeating the Easy Corny, making her way into the semi-finals, and Auger-Aliassime from Poland, beating Cain from Estonia in a mammoth match. Going to 3 sets. It was a tremendous game of tennis. And then the young gun from Italy, was defeated by Tsitsipas just moments ago on this court.
Welcome to the Rod Laver Arena and welcome to another spectacular evening's tennis on offer as well. Quarterfinal action tonight on the men's side. The number 2 seed, Daniil Medvedev, the highest ranked player left in the draw, of course, since the start of the event, up against Felix Auger-Aliassime from Canada. Felix, of course, has been known about for a long time. His potential was very, very obvious to all in the juniors, and he has pushed through very nicely in the seniors as well. Still just 21 years old, of course, the Canadian up against the 25-year-old Daniil Medvedev. Medvedev, of course, though, a major title to his name. He collected that in New York, denying Novak Djokovic the calendar Grand Slam. Auger-Aliassime, of course, a semi-finalist as well at the US Open. And he would dearly, dearly love to go one further here. To be the best, you've got to beat the best. And on hard courts right now, here in Melbourne, the man behind him is clearly the best. Safin, a winner here from Russia in the past. Can Daniil Medvedev emulate him over the next few days?
This is the men's singles quarterfinals on Rod Laver Arena. Please welcome from Canada, Felix Auger-Aliassime. And his opponent from Russia, Daniil Medvedev.
Obsession is probably this man's greatest strength, as is his uniqueness in terms of the way that he has seen this game, the definite dimensions of a tennis court, and he has seen limitless possibilities. He's a game changer in so many ways. The temperature here has been 31 degrees. We've had the roof shut for the previous match with Tsitsipas and Sinner with a bit of rain. There is a little bit forecast around, but as you can see right now, the roof is open. Brad Stein is with me tonight, along with John Fitzgerald, who's courtside. How good is Felix Auger-Aliassime? Has he got enough to get past the Russian Brad?
Very, very good. He's #9 player in the world, and he's #9 player in the world for a reason. Is that enough, and is he good enough to get past Daniil Medvedev? I think that's a tough call. I think that Felix is going to have to produce his best tennis. He's maybe going to have to do some things that are a little bit out of his comfort zone, because I don't think that he wants to settle into playing Daniil Medvedev's style of tennis, meaning that he's just exchanging
our guest,
ground
Jonathan,
strokes.
tonight. Right, so that, well, I'm going to do it in English. I could do it in French, but I do it in English. We have the net machine Auger-Aliassime. Most of the close score going to be shown on the big screen. 25 seconds between point. I call the score, then I start the clock. Okay. You have the boxes for the towers. Let's say you have the red one and you have the blue one. If you have any questions, they're going to be a picture after the coin toss behind. Okay. No. Felix, your choice is going to be A and Z or Margaret. A and Z. A and Z. You receive. Stay. Stay in the middle. Behind. Thank you.
Daniil, fluent in French, of course, since he moved to the south of France, where his sister was, to go and train a little more professionally. And Felix, as we all know, is as well. Love that little quote you said yesterday, and you've just brought it up here, getting comfortable being uncomfortable. Danielle Cain, actually, who just won the Tournament of Champions over on the LPGA, said exactly the same thing afterwards. Said she was chatting to her brother. She said, I've got to get more comfortable being uncomfortable. How easy is that?
Do you think she heard our broadcast yesterday?
Well, if she
stole
did,
that line from me.
If she did, you're owed 10% of that $275,000 winning.
Where do I get that? Where do I get that?
I don't know. I haven't got her agent's number, but I'll find it for you.
I mean, my comment in relationship to Felix is that look, Daniil Medvedev is the best counterpuncher we have right now outside of Novak Djokovic. And if you try and just settle into the back of court and beat him playing his game, I think you're in for an awfully long day. I think Felix has got to attack a little bit more. He's got to come forward. I think he should serve and volley a little bit. I did talk to his coach, Frederick Fontang, in the dining area before the match, and he told me that they were going to look to serve and volley some. We'll see. I think often when players aren't as comfortable doing that they do it early, and if they get beat, then a lot of the time they stop. And I think it's something that he needs to continue to do regardless of the success rate early on. So I just think he's got to be willing to do a few things differently.
So in many ways, a more comfortable match potentially for Medvedev. He's going to allow his opponent to adjust to him rather than him having to do too many different things. There's a lovely win-loss record early in the career, 225 wins, just 100 losses for this man. Second in the world, and of course if he were to win here, it wouldn't be on Monday that he would go to world #1, but a couple of weeks after that, when the points drop off due to COVID, that he would be world #1. Somebody that knows a thing or two about being world #1 is sitting courtside. Welcome, Fitzy.
Thank you, Pitch, and let me clarify very clearly. Doubles is not singles.
It's still #1, Fitzy.
Yeah, well, you're
I'm not even
#1
in my own household, and there's only 5 of us.
Sometimes I'm not sure I am #1 even in my own household, actually. But look, I think we're in for a treat. I really do. We've got the semi-genius of Medvedev for me. He's an incredible player. So I love watching him play. He's really interesting to watch for me. And the young gun down the other end, who may end up being the best athlete in the game. He may. He's certainly an incredible athlete now. So I've been a bit worried about some of his strategy on occasions that I've seen him play over the last 12 months. But when he really learns everything about this sport and how to play tennis, well, no one does it perfectly, but if he learns to use strategy a little better, he's going to be awesome, this kid. But I'm looking forward to his athleticism at the very least tonight.
What sort of things, sorry, Fitzy, let me just stop you there. What sort of things, so that we can look for it early? What sort of things on the strategy side?
Well, I think sometimes his shot selection is not right. I think sometimes he hits his forehand into a running forehand opposition, and like a cross court, and comes in, and he's out of position, doesn't know where to move for the volley. I think he's got to learn to come in a bit more down the line, which he does, by the way. But sometimes I think that for me stands out when he hooks it across court to a right-hander's forehand and runs in. If you don't have hit a winner on that ball, you can be in trouble because they can run at their forehand and hurt you. And some of his shot selection, the angles he goes for at times, I think maybe are not the highest percentage, but he is dynamic. And believe me, I'm a fan. I think this kid can be almost anything. So let's see how he goes against a player that is very hard to attack against and who is like a brick wall at the back and who moves like someone who's 5'9", not someone who's 6'6".
30 seconds.
Well, it's certainly going to be fascinating to see how he comes out and tries to impose himself on Medvedev. Two very different styles of play, and each of them have a vision and a dream of how they want to see this tournament end. The knowledge, of course, gained by Daniil in New York of how to win one of these tournaments, obviously absolutely huge for him. Had made a couple of major finals before that, US Open, and of course here in Australia, where he lost comfortably to Novak before winning last year back in the Big Apple. No titles as such for Auger-Aliassime. The much touted statistic of 8 ATP finals, no sets won, all lost so far. But that will change. 21 years of age and already having made 8 finals is a testament to his undoubted skill and ability out there on the tennis court. Good to see that here in the state of Victoria as well, it's been a nice 15% increase to the spectators allowed inside the stadium as well. So better atmosphere, more eyeballs on this wonderful sport, on a Grand Slam that has once again enchanted us, enthralled us and excited us.
First set.
Tonight will be no different.
Daniil Medvedev to serve. Ready? Blank.
Easy start. Petch, I thought you were going to say